everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back and welcome to this video. In this video, as you can see by the title, these are the 15 things that I don't buy to save money. I think that saving money is great and saving money is really challenging, and I think that for me the best way to save money is to do certain things and to make certain choices that I don't have to think about frequently. I don't want to always be thinking about money. I want to live my life. And also, all of these things that I'm going to talk about, or at least a good amount of them, are also choices that are more environmentally friendly and are choices that allow me to live a life that is a little bit more sustainable. And so I'll talk about that as well, but a lot of these things that I mentioned are not just choices I make because I'm saving money. That's just a bonus. It's also choices that I make because it makes me feel better about the way that I'm treating this earth that we are living on. So excited to go through it, and I'll explain in detail how these choices have made a difference in my life and all that good stuff. So let's get into it. So first on my list is that I don't buy excessive or cheap jewelry and skincare products, including makeup. So I think that your skincare especially is an investment. So you should be thinking long-term when you're buying your products, right? If you are investing in products that are cheap, most likely they are going to do damage to your skin. So you're gonna have to eventually buy products to heal the damage. And also, it's usually the cheaper products that don't last as long because they're not as good of quality, they're not packed as well as some of the more expensive products. So I have found that I actually have saved a lot of money by investing in my skincare products, especially makeup and just skincare, because I'm buying much less of it because the better quality, the less you need, and it's just lasting me so much longer, and my skin is healing and being nurtured by the good products. So I don't need to buy things to heal my skin, which ends up costing more money anyway. And then again, jewelry, same thing. I have learned that, I mean, I spent years of my life buying trendy jewelry that was like costume jewelry priced, and I would wear it for like a month and then it would turn green and then I'd buy something new. So it's so much better to invest and only have to buy very infrequently than seeking out the cheapest options and having to get something new every few weeks, months, whatever it is. So that has definitely been a great way that I've saved money in those two areas, and also super eco-friendly to make choices like I just mentioned as far as your jewelry and skincare goes, because it's just less packaging, it's less waste when you're not throwing away products as frequently and all that good stuff. So make good choices with your skincare and your accessories, and you will be rewarded in the long run. Next on the list is water. So I do not purchase plastic water bottles, especially in bulk. There's no need. Invest in a Brita, get a nice big Brita, and I'm sure you have glassware in your house. I'm sorry you're gonna have to wash it a little more frequently, but do some research. They are like killing our environment, okay? So next on the list is coffee. So as you hopefully saw in my healthy habits video, and if you didn't, I'll link it up here to check out. When we are at home, we try not to go out and buy coffee. Of course, every now and then you want to treat yourself to a Starbucks, a Dunkin', but we make our own cold brew at home. And again, in that video, I link my favorite cold brew, so definitely check it out. I love making our own coffee at home. It's so much more sustainable, and it is so much less expensive. And my cold brew at home is so much better than anything I get out there. So we have a KitchenAid one because it's cute and we save so much money on coffee that I didn't care about investing in a nice cold brew maker, and it looks cute in the fridge, but you don't need to do that. So we got a KitchenAid cold brew maker, and we just have a coffee subscription through Amazon, and it's awesome. So saving money, definitely make your own cold brew at home, or use your coffee maker if you like hot coffee, whatever it is. You can invest in a nice coffee machine because you're going to save money in the long run. I know it seems daunting to make those big decisions like immediately, but sometimes the biggest investments save the most money. So definitely make your own coffee at home. Next on the list is books. So I do not buy books. I have not bought a book. Actually, I invested in a local Black-owned bookstore, and I did buy a few books. Highly recommend supporting your local bookstores, but borrow and trade from your friends. The best books anyways are recommended from the people around you, because I'm sure they know you, they know what you would like. But I have not bought a book in so long, and I think that you should support local bookstores, local artists, things that you feel passionate about. Definitely buy those books, but use your networks. Books are paper and can be super wasteful if you're buying a book that like your neighbor has. Borrow it. So that's something that has saved me money. I trade books with my friends all the time. And so it seems small, but it saved me a little money. I don't buy books. So the next thing that we don't buy to save money is we don't buy food that is intended to last longer than 5 days. So when we go food shopping, we think through what are we going to eat in the next 5 days, and we plan ahead and we buy food for that time. I think when you try to go shopping for 2 weeks, 7 days plus, whatever it is, you buy in bulk and then you have excess food. I know that you all have definitely thrown produce away that's gone bad because you just overshot how much you actually are gonna eat that week. And so we did that all the time. We were always overbuying and throwing food out that would go bad. And so we always are just super conscious of what we're gonna eat that week, and we just buy for 5 days, and then we usually end up having enough for a full week. And so we never do the, oh, let's make this tonight, let's go buy the ingredients. Because whenever you're buying food for just one meal, you end up having all these extra ingredients that don't fit into the rest of your week because you didn't think long term. And I get that it happens every now and then, you crave something, you wanna go and make it, but you end up wasting food and money when you do that. And in that same grain, we don't buy for brands at all. Like if it's a cheaper alternative, we're buying it. The ingredients are the same in name brand versus non-name brand. So that's definitely something that's helped us. I didn't grow up in a house where my parents were ever stingy about a brand. Like it tasted the same to me. So definitely a way that we save money. Next on the list is paper towels. So we do not buy paper towels, and as I just said that to you, I looked into my cabinet and I know that I have paper towels in there. So I'm being honest. When I say we don't buy paper towels, I mean that when we're home and it's just my husband and I eating dinner or whatever, we are only using reusable dishcloths, dish towels, or whatever. We have paper towels if we have like a big event. Well, not even a big event, it's 2020. We have paper towels for if we're having like people over and it's just easier, we'll have it here on reserve. As I was thinking through the points that I was gonna make in this video, I was thinking through last summer, I went to my girlfriend's lake house and her family prepared us a dinner. We sat down for dinner, we ate our dinner. We were given reusable dishcloths, and her father at the end of dinner was like, oh, put your dishcloth in a certain shape so you know it's yours for dessert. And so they cleared the tables and we all knew which dishcloth was ours, so then we could use it again for dessert. Instead of just using paper towels for dessert or whatever, we could use the same cloth. And I just thought that was so cool and a fun way to be environmentally friendly, and you're saving money because that dishcloth can be used multiple times and you don't have to buy a million paper towels. And so I just thought that was super cool and a way that made me think, wow, I really don't even need paper towels in my house for events or when I have people over, because we can do something like that and make it fun. So that's definitely a way that I save money. We really never buy paper towels. It's very infrequently that we buy them. And so in the long run, it definitely saves money and helps our environment. All right, next is that we don't buy cards. And yes, I mean birthday cards, baby shower cards, wedding cards, actually wedding cards we buy. When you're giving a gift to someone, you don't often need a card that is just pre-written out. You know that if you're going to a party, there's probably 10 other people that gave them that exact same card. And cards these days are like $1 million, like exactly that, $1 million each card. That's how I feel whenever I'm paying $6.99 for a freaking like a glittery dog, you know? Like, we don't need cards. Save some money, save the environment. So next point on my list is actually new for me. It's something that I'm trying to incorporate into my day-to-day and into decisions that I make to help me save money. And so I'm not sure if you were all aware, maybe you were and I'm late to the game, that for a lot of products such as lotions, deodorants, socks, if you are buying items that I just mentioned that are targeted towards women and that are branded as women's items, you're gonna be paying more. So if you look at ankle socks that are for women and ankle socks that are for men, literally just white ankle socks that are the same thing, the male version of those items, I hope that I had male over here, I did women and male, right? Yeah, the male version of those items are going to be a little bit less expensive. And it's just, I mean, we all know of the pink tax, right? I'm gonna link information on the pink tax below if you don't know about that. It's not okay. So let's cheat the system, women. And so what I'm trying to do is figure out what items I can buy the male version of to save some money. So again, deodorants, lotions, razors, socks. There's a lot of items that just the more research that I do and just when I'm out shopping, if I'm looking for things that I know I can get the exact same product in the male section, I'm gonna check it out and see if I can save some money. And so half the time, the things that are marketed towards us women aren't even great quality, so whatever. So take a look at some of the options that are out there for products that you love that you can buy in the male version and just check it out and see what you think. Okay, so next on the list is pet toys. And so when you get a dog, as those of you who have dogs, or if you're going to get dogs, this might help you. You get really excited to get them all the toys, especially every time you have to go to the pet store. You see the cutest toy, even when they're seasonal, like a pumpkin or like a candy corn, you want to buy it, and no, they're gonna destroy it, they're gonna shred it, and it's gonna be in the trash in approximately 2 hours. So I know it's really hard, but for us, we do not buy toys like that ever anymore, like at all. It saves money. It's, again, better for the environment because the packaging on the toys and whatever, they're just getting thrown out anyway. We invest in really good quality bones and like toys that are environmentally friendly, to be honest. I know I keep harping on that, but it is, again, something that I'm trying to do more in the choices that I make. And just buying these products that are gonna last a long time. A lot of the toys that we have, Dobby, it takes forever to destroy and shred when he's like gnawing at the bones that we get that are just better quality and last longer. So we're not tempted to constantly buy so many different toys because he has these toys that last a really long time. And it does save us money because we're not constantly buying these toys that are so expensive too, because they're so cute, but they're destroyed so quick anyway. So just another way that we save money, we do not buy as many little crazy toys. So the next thing that I don't buy is food storage plasticware. So I don't buy plastic containers to store food. I don't buy plastic baggies. I have a few different options that I talk about in another video, so I'm not going to go in detail here. Again, I will link the Healthy Habits video up here for you to watch, or just go to my channel and check it out when this video is over. There's a lot of great ways that I store food that is not with disposable plasticware. I believe firmly that when we store food, it's so important to use sustainable items. And so I've found that it definitely has saved me money. I've invested in these silicone stretch lids that are great for just putting over food that we've prepared to keep it fresh for the next day. And these mesh storage baggies, I've bought in them both once and they've lasted me over 2 years now. And so I've never purchased, again, plasticware or Ziploc baggies that I have to throw away. So I highly recommend checking those out. I will link them both below so that you can see the way that I store food, and it has saved me money and it has made me feel good that I'm not constantly throwing plastic in the garbage. Okay, a few more on the list. So next thing that I don't buy is individually packaged deodorant sticks. And so I am really excited to talk to you about what I use instead of these individually packaged deodorant sticks. So my friend actually owns this company called Helm, and I didn't even tell him that I'm going to talk about it in this video, but I'm gonna ask if I can link it below. I'm sure it'll be great. And so I will link it below if I can. And so I have been using Helm for years now. I wanna say 3 years, maybe 2. My husband and I both use it. It is essentially this cute, it's like leather detail, and it's a deodorant stick. So as you can see, you take the top off and it's deodorant. And I literally just put it on. It smells so good. There's like 4 different options. So I don't purchase ever individual like secret sticks or whatever. I just am subscribed to Helm, so I have this one container that's super cute to keep the deodorant in, and every like, oh my gosh, this lasts me so long. I don't even know how long. It lasts me like 2 months, I think. And every like 8 weeks or so, they send me a new deodorant little package, super minimal packaging, and it just pops right in and it lasts. And again, it smells, oh my God, I think I'm using Hudson right now. It smells so good. And so I highly recommend checking them out if you want to, or checking out, I mean, deodorant brands that are just more environmentally sound and way more affordable. I mean, again, with the pink tax and women's products being more expensive, I love that Helm is unisex, so you're not paying more if you're a woman versus you're a male. And when I go to buy deodorant at the store, I mean, Secret is not cheap. It's definitely saved me money. I don't buy deodorant nearly as much, and I love it. So I'll link that below. Next is I don't buy Clutter. So I don't think that anyone intentionally buys Clutter, or maybe you do and maybe that's your jam and you keep doing you, but I don't ever intentionally buy Clutter. So I lately have been acknowledging that I am an impulsive person, and sometimes I just get super excited about something for literally no reason, and I purchase it and then it's just sitting in my home and I'm like, why did I buy you? I don't know. I just am being more thoughtful with the things that I buy. I tell myself that I can purchase one big item for my home every few months or whatever it is, just to reward myself. Try to just think through, you know, are you an impulsive person? Are you buying things that make no sense? And are you buying things that are just gonna get wasted and not be good for our environment in the long run, right? So I don't know, just think through what you're buying is my advice, and I just never buy Clutter anymore. I constantly am trying to not buy little knickknacks that I don't need. That's just helped me. I've just overall been trying to be a little bit more minimal with my home concept and the way that I just decorate my home, and so it has been great saving money in that way, because those little things that you don't need add up. So just another thing that's been helping me out. Next up is gym memberships. And so of course, again, we're in 2020, who is going to the gym? And maybe gyms are opening and you're able to go. That's not the point here. Even before COVID, I did not have a gym membership. I completely stopped doing that because it's outrageously expensive, especially in the greater Boston area where I was living, and working in Boston is just crazy. The price of gym membership. So I found ClassPass, and that really was awesome for me. It was so much more affordable, especially if you live in the suburbs. You can have a variety of workouts, try different things, and again, it's just way more affordable than one gym. And even now with COVID, I mean, I love working out at home. So I'm on that explorative journey right now, trying to figure out what my workout routine is going to look like as we continue into 2020, into 2021, but I'm definitely not going to buy one gym membership because they're really expensive, and I just think there are other alternative options out there to help you save some money, and have a variety of workouts, which I love too. I love ClassPass because you can just try so many different workouts and move different muscles and just be excited about the different ways that you're moving your body. So I don't buy gym memberships. Next up is I don't buy K-cups. I had a Keurig for so long and I never even liked it. I think there's nothing like brewing a big pot of coffee. Financially, it definitely is more expensive to buy Keurig cups. And environmentally, again, you're just packaging so much plastic for just a small serving of coffee. I mean, it's insane to me to think there's that much plastic just to make one cup of coffee. And I know they have reusable Keurig cups, so that is also an option to be more sustainable. But even, I think, financially, it just makes more sense to brew a cup of coffee out of a traditional coffee pot. So I no longer buy Keurig K-cups, and I just make my own coffee out of a pot. Well, just as the sun is setting, you can see it in this window shadow. We've made it to the last point on my list. It's not something that we don't purchase. It's a choice that we make, or something fun that we've done to just save money, and it is that we have no spend weekends. And I mean that we have weekends every now and then where we just try to say, okay, can we just do things this weekend outside all weekend and that don't cost money? And I think that it seems silly, but sometimes we just get caught up in last minute choices to do certain things that are super expensive, and you didn't plan to spend all that money and you end up spending crazy amounts of money on whatever it is. So we try to just have no spend weekends. It's really easy in the summer because you can just do things outside all weekend. You can make picnics at home. You can buy a bottle of wine at the store as opposed to spending $1 million at the restaurant, and little things like that. So we just try to have no spend weekends where we just find fun new adventures, which is kind of a added bonus to our no spend weekends, because we end up trying to be creative and do things that we don't usually do. Again, it's more of a challenge in the winter time, I think, because when you're doing things outside of your home, it usually costs money because you have to go places. But it's just been a fun little journey we've been on to try to find ways to not spend money one weekend every now and then. So just a little tip, if you are looking to still have fun with your partner, with your friends, with yourself, and not spend money, try to just be creative ahead of time and think about choices you can make and fun activities you can do that aren't going to break the bank. All right, well, that was the last point on my list. I hope that you all enjoyed this video. I feel like I really just decided I was gonna do it this week and said I'm just gonna film it on this day and be super candid and explain all the things that I've been trying to do lately to save money and be more environmentally conscious. And let me know in the comments if it was helpful, if you learned anything, or if you have any tips for me and things that I can be doing better in my life, just to make some small changes that can make big differences. So I really appreciate you taking the time to watch. If you enjoyed this, please like. You can subscribe, you can hit the little bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. I promise the lighting is usually not this bad, but I can't wait to see you all in the next one. I know